Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Friday, which means it's time for a new How to Bass. And today, I'm going to show you my camera, which is not the scene that I wanted to go to, but I will actually go to the real one. Yeah. Today is a Harmor trick that came up when I was talking to a student the other day, and it sounds like this. Yeah. So this is using the phaser in frequency mode with a custom shape that looks like this. It's just some poking around, making some shapes. Not a lot going on. And what the phaser does in frequency mode is that it takes the settings that it applies normally to the volume of a harmonic, and instead applies it to the pitch of a harmonic, which creates interesting results. And if you're unfamiliar with it, I'll demonstrate real quick on a basic Harmor, just so that you get the idea. Here's regular phaser. Here's regular phaser in frequency mode. Yeah. With its default iteration, it's a little stupid, but we can kind of control it in interesting ways. So I made this shape. If you right click the frequency toggle, it'll bring you the shape type, and you can mess around with it. But what's happening here is that I went to the phaser mask. As you see, I have the phaser on maximum in the mix, but in the mask, it's actually rather low. And this is me telling it which harmonics have the phaser pitchiness applied to it to what degree. So as you see, the lowest harmonic has none, so it's just a straight line. Some of the higher mids do, but also do not. This is to add some sort of just like phase randomness to it, just because the pitch difference. If you in any harmonic, if you change the pitch from any harmonic to some pitch that is now enharmonic, no matter what pitch it is, it will result in some form of phase cancellation between it and the other harmonics. As a result, if you fuck around with the pitches, you get a bunch of interesting sort of phasey content. That's how that works. So that's what I did to get that sound, and I distorted it with the Rubin type. That's what it sounds like with no unison. But you notice in the unison, I have no pitch setting and no phase setting. I have only panning settings. Normally, that wouldn't do anything. But I also decided to go to the width knob and edit articulator for it to have different settings for the two sides, for left and right. So that means that there's a different width setting, which does impact the sound somewhat great. Just to give it some width. I kept the sound to be pretty simple. So like the only thing that's happening here is the phaser with the unison. In fact, if we didn't have any unison, if we had no desire to have any stereo separation involved, the sound would still be pretty similar, and we would only have achieved it by using essentially the phaser and the phaser mask setting over here. And of course, changing the phaser shape is what we did, but even that's not totally necessary. But the phaser width is what got us the stereo separation. And then we distorted it. So if you mess around with that, not only just the shape, but also the mask type. Should also point out that this graph here, the phaser mask, is not per harmonic. It's the spectrum. So if I play a high enough note, essentially what I'm showing here is that it doesn't change the position of the phaser's effect based on note value. It just changes it based on the position of the spectrum, which no matter what the notes are doing, the section of the spectrum is always that same section of the spectrum. I hope that made sense. Anyway, if you have any questions about this, let me know. Although it is a rather simple sort of application of something a little crazy. The frequency mode is a little bit nuts, but it can be cool if you harness its power. But anyway, if you have any questions about it, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day.